Let's speak about Workhorse, baby. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove that fact. And look at that absolutely ugly looking 5-day chart. So it goes without saying that this has not been a good week for Workhorse whatsoever. And in all honesty, there's no one particular reason as to why that is. So the main thing I actually want to do in today's video is look back at the chart, look at our previous areas of support or resistance, try and figure out what kind of price points we could be looking towards. But what I really want to point out to everybody, okay, is that even after this absolutely terrible week, Workhorse is at $31 a share. And that is still a very, very significant number for Workhorse. So we are going to have a look at the charts. We're going to have a look at all of this bleeding, see what we may well expect to happen going forwards. Now, we did get this piece of news. Their fourth quarter and full year 2020 earnings call is going to be coming out March 1st. So I'm going to speak about what I'm going to expect there. And you know, we may well end up going live for this. We went live for their last quarterly earnings. It was awesome. This, I'm sure, we'll do it again. Committee announces a hearing with the Postmaster General and stakeholders on legislative proposals to help the Postal Service. This is going to be happening in a matter of days now. And this from Benzinga. We asked 1,000 investors why they believe Workhorse deserves the USPS contract. So it's always interesting to, actually get it from investors, not just me, not just the news sites, but, a nice pool of investors in general. So they're the main things we're going to speak about today, my friends. But the primary thing, honestly, is this chart. All of these little red and green candles and why they're happening. So, my friends, right before we do get into the video, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button for a juicy Workhorse video? Drop me a comment down below. Let me know, are you buying more on these dips? And also, let me know your price targets. And please, my friend, if you are indeed new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button. We're trying to get to 100,000. We are this close, less than 5,000 away. I would really appreciate you. And if you are interested in joining my private Discord group, that's the first link in the description, my friends. We have 2,800 members in there now. You get access to all of my buy and sell alerts for the short term and for the long term. We have a Workhorse chat in there as well. Get access to over 50 other private channels. It is a very juicy community. We make baguettes, baby. We called CLIS in there the other day, which is up 200%, even though Trading 212 stopped us from buying. We make a lot of nice calls. And if you'd like 2 free stocks on Webull to get yourself some free money, maybe to buy some Workhorse shares, that's the second link in the description, my friends. You gotta sign up, deposit $100, you get free money, baby. So with that being said, let's just start it off here. The fourth quarter and full year 2020 earnings call. Now, personally, after speaking with Steve Schrader, if you've seen the previous interviews, the team essentially decided that they're really focused on, the next call after this one. I honestly don't expect the biggest news in the whole world to come out of this. I mean, a lot of people are going to be very optimistic, and of course I want to be optimistic, but I also want to be realistic, especially after speaking with the CFO of the company. And the fact of the matter is, I don't think we should be expecting miracles here. We have known since the last quarterly call that we don't expect this quarter to be incredible. It really is the next quarter that's going to be very, very important. We know this quarter fell while the Roni was still in there. We know that production's not going to have gotten that much better. So I don't think we're going to see a lot of the positives that people want to see in regards to productions, etc. But I think people have their goals and their hopes set up too high. The facts are out there, and I mean, again, they've came directly from the mouth of the CFO. The facts are out there. We don't need to be over optimistic for no reason whatsoever. But what I am expecting and what I am hopeful for is just more business updates in general. So I do think they've been doing a great job of this. A lot of you guys will have seen a lot of the PR that they have been doing with the likes of Pritchard as of late. A lot of it's been going on Instagram in particular. And I want to see if there's more orders from companies such as Pritchard, or if there's, more names that can be dropped on the call. Because I personally know, as an investor who speaks with lots of other investors on a daily basis, is that we love finding out the names. We love finding out about these new orders, or even just intent, even if there's some letters of intent going on, even if you can drop some names in regards to who we're speaking with. Aside from that, I think we need to be looking for fundamental updates and, progress updates in regards to not necessarily the C1000, but maybe the electrification they're working on, maybe any sort of drone updates, maybe if there's any more testing going on down the line. They're the main things that I personally am going to be looking towards, okay? I'm not really bothered, no matter what, by our loss or by our production, etc., because I've accepted 3 months ago this isn't going to be very good. Now, we can't use that excuse forever. We can't just allow bad quarterly earnings forever. But this one was expected. You can hold me to this, but if the Q1 earnings aren't as good, I won't be as happy. I do think at this stage, Q1 has to be considerably better. I'm not saying that they have to be producing 100 vehicles or anything, but it needs to be considerably better. So that's my thoughts on this. I more than likely will, of course, go live for it if the demand is there, if you guys want to see that. But we don't need to worry about it too much until March the 1st. We still have a couple of weeks, and who knows, some more news could come out in the meantime. That did happen coming up to the Q3 report last time. We found out about, I believe it was Pritchard right before it. Now, the next one is the committee announces a hearing with Postmaster General and stakeholders on legislative proposals to help the Postal Service. The hearing will examine legislative proposals to place the Postal Service on a more sustainable financial footing going forward, while preserving the delivery performance standards on which the American people rely. The hearing is scheduled for 10 AM on Wednesday, February 24th, so this is coming up relatively soon. So this is going to be an interesting one, but again guys, we've seen these many times in the past, and a lot of the time it doesn't necessarily directly correlate with the contract itself. But it is still worth always looking at these things, or even if you're not going to look at it yourself, have stock tweets open or something like that, because people will be giving you updates. Or if you're in the Discord, just be in the Workhorse chat, somebody will be giving updates. And who knows, maybe something about the contract will be brought up. That's why we do have to keep up to date with these things, just in case, my friends. Benzinga, we asked 1,000 investors why they believe Workhorse deserves the USPS contract. And I thought this was a very interesting concept. Before I tell you guys what the people actually had to say, the survey was conducted on Benzinga in February 21 and included the responses of a diverse population of adults 18 or older. Opting into the survey was completely voluntary, with no incentives offered to potential respondents. Survey says that overall, 72% of respondents to our study believe Workhorse deserves the contract and is the right company for USPS. And I mean, I wasn't in the survey, but I definitely agree with the 72%. I've spoken about why so many times. Respondents to our study noted Workhorse is the only all-American, all-electric, zero-emission company in the bidding for the contract. And everybody watching this video is going to be aware of that and will be aware of why that is so important, particularly now with everything that Joe Biden has been doing as of late. We always thought these were very important points, but Biden really did just put an emphasis on those exact points in relation to government fleets such as the USPS. Readers who are current Workhorse traders also shared their excitement on the previously reported January 4th purchase order Workhorse received for the over 6,000 vehicles from Pride Group, which of course is awesome. So I mean, 72%, not a particularly surprising number, but I mean, in the grand scheme, guys, that's still a relatively high number. I don't think market sentiment has changed here. I think a lot of us have always thought Workhorse made the most sense. Now, let's get into what we really have to get into, okay? The price action, because obviously a lot of people are panicking. I mean, we had just hit $40 a share. It was magical. It was absolutely beautiful. And it happened in such a short period of time. January 22nd, we were down at about 22, okay? Even a little bit less. And we flew all the way up to $40 a share by the 4th of February. It was some huge run-ups, my friends. And let's be honest, this is Workhorse. There was always going to be a pullback. Now, this was a huge pullback, what? About 20% on the 5-day chart right now, somewhere around that. Yeah, nearly exactly 20%. But you can see we're still at $31 a share. Now, to anybody who's been in Workhorse for more than a month, particularly the guys who've been in with me since July, and especially the guys before me who were in at the $1, $2, $3 marks, Workhorse has spent pretty much zero time at this price before this run up. We go back in time. Here was a high. We hit 28. Look, we hit 29, 30, not even 31. Back here we hit it. That's when we dipped all the way back down to 15. Up here we hit it, dipped all the way down. If you look at all of the previous times we hit $31 a share, the RSI and the MACD are at seriously disgusting overbought levels every single time, okay? Boom, it happens again and we come crashing back down. This time we hit $31 a share off the back of a 20% red move, and we are at oversold levels on the RSI, more so than we have seen in a very long time, since all the way back here when we came all the way down to $15 a share. And the MACD as well is very, very bearish. You would have to expect some sort of a reversal relatively soon. So we are essentially at $31 a share, and we are oversold. Every other time we've ever been here, it hasn't been neutral, it's been overbought. Now, $31 is a relatively interesting price point. You can see we peaked at it over here, we nearly peaked into it here, we just fell shy of it here. It's a really interesting price point. And if we go to the shorter time frames, I mean, you can see a little bit of price action right around here, but I wouldn't go as far as to call it support. In all honesty, I don't think there is very much short-term support at all. You could argue right around here, right about 29.40. You could have argued up here a little bit higher when we broke through it. But as of right now, I still think our previous resistance of 28.16 is an interesting area to look towards. But I also think, you know, we could just start that reversal now, and we could continue this up, down, hopefully up, down movement. Now, obviously, this is Workhorse. Absolutely anything can happen, but I do think that when you actually look at the charts, when you actually look at the technicals, when you look at the overbought levels where we are now compared to where we were in the past at $31 a share, it looks fantastic, and it genuinely does look primed to go and make all-time highs again. But anyway, my friends, that was just my update video on Workhorse. There wasn't the most new news in the whole world, but these are the things we have to be looking out for. Okay, obviously the fourth quarter and full year 2020 earnings call, the committee announcing a hearing, and of course we just have to keep up to date with those charts. But anyway, my friends, if you watched this video all the way till the end, you are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. Your support means the world to me. If you did enjoy today's video, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, drop me a comment down below, and please, my friends, subscribe if you're new around here. That would all help me out so much. If you are interested in that private Discord group, again, that is the first link in the description, my friends. Join a community of nearly 3,000 investors, get access to all of my buy and sell alerts. It's juicy. And if you'd like those free stocks on Webull, that's the second link. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you for another video very soon. Peace.